Good morning and good evening. Hi, how are you? So, what we wanted to discuss today, or what I wanted to bring up today as a content, is about continuing on the Sanya. Okay, and a very good sutta I found out is on the Sanya Sutta. It's in Anguttara Nikaya 11.7, wherein there's a question asked by Ananda. In fact, Ananda has asked the same question in different ways to Buddha, because as a Sotapanna, he was not able to understand how this is possible. What do you mean by Sanya, perception? And if I understand it correctly, you are saying that what perceives. So now, if you say what perceives, that means I can perceive everything in the consciousness. And if you say that yes, can be perceived in the consciousness, and yet you are saying nothing is perceived in the consciousness, which is, I'm not able to understand what you're trying to say. So, are you trying to say na sanya sanni, visanya sanni, nopi asanni, vibhuti sanni? So, the four ways to put a argument, the four ways. One, you say, oh, there's no perception. Oh, you say there's no perception means then visanya sanni. That means he's either sleeping or he's dead. Nopi asanni. Asanni is that like a person who has gone into coma. He's alive, but you can't say that he's alive as far as he's concerned. They're trying their best to make him alive, but then there's no way he can be alive as a person. So nopi asanni. Asanni is like coma state. Nopi asanni is that he is not in coma. Oh shucks, it's even more confusing. Or vibhuti sanni. That is, there is no experience of that sanya. Bhuta is an experience. So are you trying to say that there is no experience at all then? This is the four questions. What is asked in the Kalaha Vivada Sutta. So sanya sanni to vibhuta sanni. Four ways of arguments give rise to these kind of questions by Ananda. Now you're talking about a samadhi as a state where you say Pathavi is not experienced, Apo is not experienced, Tejo is not experienced, Vayu is not experienced, Akashan Chayatana is not experienced, Vinyanan Chayatana is not experienced, then Akinchayatana is not experienced, Neva Sanya Nasanya is not experienced. There is no loka experience, idhaloka, this loka, paraloka, the next loka. That's not experience. And not only that, you are saying there is nothing hitam. And to Bahia you said dite dite mattam. In seeing there is seeing. But here you are saying nothing. No seeing. Oh, even more weird to me. Not only that, no sutam, no mutam, no vinyatam, no pattam, no parivesam, no anuvicharitam. That is, you don't even think. Tatrapi na sanne assi. In all of these, there is no sanni. Sanni cha pana assi. However, he still has sanya or experiencer. You are saying experiencer is devoid of experience. However, you are saying that he is still an experience. I am lost. Is there a state like that? And Buddha says yes. What is that? He says he has only one sanni, one experience. What is that? Etan santan, etan panitan, yadidam sabba sankhara samato, sabbupadi patinisaggo, tanhakhayo virago nirodo nibbana. Now, this is a very cryptic verse. This, like I said, is only possible if you have reached Anāgami. And the way to understand is that where I am and how far is Anāgami is what I wanted to cover today on. You can check for yourself where you are and what examples that can come to you in order to understand this very cryptic way of putting, because that if we understand, then that Kalahavivada sutta which started by Ariu, and he shared the chat GPT information that what is this sunny, that gets into us a conclusion and then we can proceed further. So I thought today let me put it. Now the first thing is Indriya Samvara. That's the starting point of removing sunny. Meaning, you keep the sunny, don't worry about the sanya of the objects. Can you do that? So, can you pull back the senses from going behind the sense objects all the time? If yes, that is in abhikante patikhante sampajanakari hoti. आलोकिते विलोकिते संपजानकारे होती, समंजिसे पसारिते संपजानकारे होती, then संघाटि पच्च तीव्र धारणे संपजानकारे होती, then the remaining things, asite pite khaite saite, like that. Can I maintain Indriya Samvara in these postures, which becomes an all-time job? Now let's say I am doing it effectively without breaking. If yes, then Anāgami. If not, Sakadagami. Or even more lower is Sotapanna. If I don't require to do Indriya Samvara, by itself it has happened, it is Arahat. Now, what has Sunni got to do with this? The Sunni has got to do with the Sanya of what you would like to perceive, where the consciousness will make that reality happen. Today, this morning, when I woke up, or evening of Ariu, he sent one of virtual reality video of Apple. I was seeing it. That's a Sunni, basically. Experiencer is putting on a glass or whatever that is, a camera with the entire VR, virtual reality, and he's operating Mac, he's operating everything that can be experienced. And what the Sanya is giving there, a conscious experience of the apps getting opened, a conscious experience of FaceTime, a conscious experience of all the videos and all the movies and all the things a person is seeing and hearing. Isn't that perception of a normal person? He gets lost in that. So when he puts on this whatever that vision, provision camera on his face or her face, immediately the fires of delusion, moha, makes it dark background for him. So in that dark background, all that he can experience is raga and dvesha. Nothing else he can experience. So the virtual reality of what Apple has come up with is no different than the virtual reality what we are leading. They both are the same. Because I am recognizing the objects, I am recognizing the experience, I am recognizing everything as it happens, and I'm feeling that I experience this and experience. Yeah, thank you, Ariu, Vision Pro. So it's a nice one. So in the morning he sent it. I looked at it. I didn't put on the audio. So then what I did after I came back from my walk, I made my son and wife look at that. Then they started to talk tangential to anything what they are seeing. They said that it will hurt the eyes or some radiation. I showed them to see what they can find out about it. Can they discern what they are seeing? Actually, this is a dream world. What I am right now is itself a dream world. The Vision Pro is putting the dream world into another dream world and calling that as a reality. This itself is virtual. You don't require any more virtual than this virtual. Yes, Sachin.
Actually, we don't need Vision Pro. When I watch TV with my parents, they are looking at serial Saas Bahu story. At that time, I look at the age of the TV.
Yes.
If you can look at the age of the TV and stare it, you can understand that also.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Now the edge of the TV is a fake thing, right? Where the light is coming and there's nothing else which is happening. In the same way, right now, as we speak, the consciousness is giving you the virtual reality experience at real time. To whom? The six senses. Nobody else is there. Only the sixth sense is there. Now, when I say sanya, it's not only the person who is experiencing it, the whole experience itself, which is the experiencer and the experienced. So when I say I'm giving the whole experience, so when we put it on product that I'll give you the experience, what it really transforms here is that I'm giving you two things, a dichotomy. And a better way to put is a dvaita. I will give you the experience far away from experience. So, in that way, you pull the experience near. You want it to yourself. So, all that we're trying to do is to get it near so that Vision Pro, I put it, everything comes near and it's a huge screen. So, I go inside that. Instead of the objects coming to me, I myself is an object. Now that becomes an object subject experience as oneness. It's the worldling things, it is real. So, yesterday evening, myself, Naveen, and Matt, we had one discussion again on the same topic. So, he wanted to know whether the eight jhana is Turiya and how that is, and how do I achieve it, and all these questions were raised. So I'll bring that also here today to explain to you what is the perception all about. So this is my human experience. The experience, what I'm calling, is a perception. For a dog, the human being looks different. For a human being, the dog looks different because the dog experience is a different perception level or perceivable level, and the human perceiving level is totally different. Even though the eyes are the same and the ears are the same, the nose is the same and tongue is the same, but experience is entirely different. It cannot be the same experience. That is the perception, sunny, from standpoint of the senses. not from the standpoint of sense object. When a dog sees an object, it goes by its sanya, not by sunny, by the sanya. It always already has object to be experienced. So what a dog does, seeing a ball, is totally different to what a child would do seeing that ball. And what a dog will do seeing another dog is totally different than what a human will do when seeing another human. Meaning, when I see any one of you, I'm not going to bark at you. But you see any dog, it barks. And it first wags its tail in a friendly note and watches whether that dog is friendly or not, and then it starts to bark. You keep a mirror in front of the dog, exactly does the same. It's perceivable reality in the conscious experience is there is another dog is not responding to me. The perceivable reality in a human is there is a human standing in front of me. I need to do something about that human. Either I will make friendship with that human, or I will create an enmity with that human, or I will possess that human. This possession orientation goes away in the perceivable reality as a Sakadagami. Got the point? So you will no longer possess anything because that experiencer, eye, ears, nose, tongue, like that, has no perceivable reality as the objects to possess, and hence relieved of that weight, and hence his attachment to the raga and dvesha comes down. That is, abhijja and vyapada comes down. So when abhijja and vyapada has come down, he knows it has come down. And hence, the potential to exist in a different realm other than a human or the deva realm is guaranteed. Because he's not going to bark like a dog all the time. Got the point? That's the perception. Now the question is, nasanya sanni is that there is not that you are not seeing this. It's not that you are not hearing to this. It's not that you are not tasting to this. It's not that you are not smelling to this. But there is no experience to take it. When there is no experience to take, the five aggregates don't torture at all. And when they don't torture, you can't claim that to be your experience. And hence it is etan santan, etan panitan. Now what you see is only the preparations, sankhara. You just like I was telling Harshil yesterday, he was asking me about dukkha. So I told him very simple. Being born is dukkha because you have to maintain this body. You have to take it for feeding, you have to take it for bathing, you have to take it for cleaning, you have to take it for walking, you have to make it sit, you have to make it stand, you have to turn around, you have to do this, you have to do that. So many things you have to keep on doing it. Then you need to cut the beard if you are a male, or if you're female, then you have to do every month, you have to clean up when there is a menstrual cycle. do so many things. It's a repetition. It's so disgusting, basically. And that doing thing is a sankhara dukkha. You keep on preparing. I need to prepare. I need to prepare the food. I need to prepare for bathing. I need to prepare for putting on clothes. I need to prepare for having an air conditioner or a heater or this or a vehicle. So many things I need to do, which was not required if I was an arupi person. That's a dukkha. So having come down instead of going up, if I was in, if I could understand the Aganya Sutta, if I was not due to Raga, Dvesha, Moha, if I was in the Abhasara Brahma realm, this problem wouldn't have been there. So the Sunni experiencer of Abhasara Brahma is gone. The Sunni now is as a human being. Now I see experiencer being the same. Experience is varying. If the experience is varying, can I take it as mine? No. Eso na mama. Can I take it? It belongs to me. Eso aham asmi. Can I make it as eso me atta? This is myself. Myself is experiencing. Oh, is it? Yourself is experiencing, then yourself is experiencing as a dog, yourself is experiencing as a cow, yourself is experiencing as an insect or as a bacteria or whatever living organism that exists. That's all yourself only. So how can yourself be so many self? This is not myself. Simple. So how can I then take this experience to be true? And hence it is dukkha. If it was true, it wouldn't have been a problem. But since it is not true, it's a fake experience. It's devoid of any existence. It's tuchcha. And it is asara. You just drop it. Because nothing you can do with that experience. Like today I went to the park. Conventionally it is a park. So did I experience park? The question were to be asked. If I am a sotapanna, I would say yes, I experienced a very peaceful abiding. If I am a Sakadagami, I would say yes, I experienced it. Park is a park. Doesn't matter which park and where. If I'm an Anāgami, I just use it conventionally, not really having an experience of a park. If I'm an Arahat, same thing, no difference. And hence it is etan santan etan panitam. And the difference between a Anāgami and a Arahat is sabba sankhara samatho. There's absolutely no sense of sankhara in an Arahat. Whereas in an Anāgami, there is a sense of sankhara, which is arupa jhana and rupa jhana. He has to establish. The remaining things are easy, but he has to do something. He has to put an abhisankhara or an aninjabhisankhara to get into the rupa and arupa jhana. That's where he's stuck. Okay. So, in conclusion, if we take that verse, asanya sanni to vibhuta sanni, if you take that, what it really means is that And Arhat is just watching a movie in a broad daylight. Nothing is going into him. Everything is appearing on the screen. Yes. Yes, Sachin, go ahead. Sachin, you're on mute.
You said Asanya Sanni to Vibhuti Sanni. When you say Asanya Sanni, it is Asanni, right? Or same thing, no?
Asanya, yeah. Asanni.
Yeah. Asanya Sanni and Asanni both are one thing, right?
Yes. See,
And
there is, yeah,
two,
go ahead.
yeah, and two Vibhuti means Asanya Sanni, and in between those two, you have to put Asanya Sanni, then Sanya Sanni, then Visanya Sanni, then Vibhuti Sanni, something like that.
There are four.
Yeah.
If you could read
But
that.
but you arrange it like this: Asanya Sanni to Vibhuti Sanni.
No, from Asanya Sanni to that, to Vibhuti Sanni. Not that I connected like this.
Okay, okay, got it.
Instead of
This
again
way.
repeating the other two, I said
Okay,
from here to there.
okay, sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. So basically, all the four is a negation. Okay. So the conclusion here is that just like a screen here showing this person sitting here, Arhat has no interest at all in this. He sees, yet he doesn't see. He hears, yet he doesn't hear. He tastes, but yet doesn't taste. He smells, yet doesn't smell. He touches, but yet don't touch. And he thinks, yet there are no thoughts. Now, what it really means. Without an experience, the experiencer has no role to play. If I have an experience, there is always an experience. But if there is no thing to experience, no dhamma experience, what is that experiencer going to do? Then he gets devoid of that existence. If he is devoid of that existence, then there is no feeling and perception.
So, can we say that nothing to experience is more advanced than not attending to the object, like
We start with not
not
attending to correct.
not interested in it,
Yes, so
and
this is the steps. A very good question. This is the steps like this. First step is to increase the sila. Very first step. The more the sila you establish, the better your samadhi will be. Then the second step is to first observe what are these objects. In reality, what are these objects? These objects are either Patavi, or they're Apo, or Tejo, or Vayu, or Akasa, and a combination of them. Nothing else. Any object. So, any Dhamma we're talking about is just this. There's nothing more than that. See that Vision Pro, what I saw, is again made out of glass. It's made out of plastic. It's made out of aluminium. It's made out of rubber. It's made out of steel. It's made out of all that. All that added together is what? Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, within space. What else is that? So, second step is to understand the object to what they are. Aramana, object, what they are. In a very vipassana way. having understood, aha, this is what is the object, then I have to work out on animitta. Third step. Animitta grahi, not nimitta grahi. Grahana is to possess, to collect, to take. Animitta is to not have that. The third step. When I practice the third step, fourth step becomes a solution to it. That is, I'm not going to describe it. Nana Byanjana Grahi. That is, I will describe it in different ways. So then there's no need for describing it. The fourth step. So when I do this, the Sanni experiencer loses the object, which is the Sanya. So no more the mirage is happening. I'm not running. I was telling yesterday to Matt that let's assume that there is a girl sitting in front of me and she is very beautiful. Now, this beautiful is where? The beautiful is in the perception, not in the object, nor in the senses, but in between the perception. I'm perceiving it as beautiful. Now, whatever I see as perceivable reality, the consciousness will make that happen. So that means the consciousness will make this perception be true. So what happens? The next step is to possess her. Why? Because the consciousness has now got established in two places. Here, and the reflection is there. So whatever is reflection, I need that also. It can't go away because then I have the vexation. I have the anxiety. So when I see that as my wife or my son or my daughter or my friend or my neighbor or this or that, whatever it is, the consciousness is established in two places simultaneously. One within the sight and one in that object. Now it is a big problem because all these objects has to be collected. So I will never be in jhana. Why? Because I need that object. Now how do I get the object? One way, get married so that the object sits next to you. You can't let go of that object. So what do? You set a relationship, make her the wife, and she is very interested in you. So then the wife comes, she sits, she eats, dresses, she undresses. So many things are happening, and I don't want to let go of that wife. Even though it is only Pathavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Akasa, but I am seeing it as a wife. Because now the consciousness has got established there. It's my consciousness, it's not her consciousness. It's my consciousness. When my consciousness is established there, the vexation is going to be there. If it is somebody else's consciousness getting established in that object, I have no problem because my consciousness has not got established there. Okay. Now I possess. Whatever one possesses creates an experience out of that possession. And that's the reason we want to possess. So either it is a sukha vedana or a dukkha vedana or adukka sukha vedana. So every possession comes with these three feelings. basic feeling. So when I see this woman whom I have married, it's beautiful as a perception, my mind. It should be possessed beyond doubt. If I see a home that is good looking, again a perception. Instead of what? Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Akasa, I'm seeing it as a home. Filled with what? Filled with carpets, rugs, sofa, wall hangings, fountains, air conditioners, and whatnot. All those are Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Akasa. There's not even one object which is not made out of that. Not even one. And yet, experiences the named object, not the real object. The sunny, what we are breaking, the Vipassi Buddha, what he did was extraordinary. He looked at the Nama Rupa and Vijnana and cut the Nama Rupa itself. The Vijnana immediately went off. That's a relief.
The
Vijnana
other
is
way. The other way he did, huh?
pardon?
He did the other way.
He did the other way. Yes, he did the other way than Gautama Buddha. It's in DN 14. Okay, so it's a most amazing thing that if you don't have Nama and Rupa, Vijnana ceases then and there. Which Vijnana are we talking about? A thick curtain filled with small holes, 6 in number. Light passes through that and falls on a particular place. That Vijnana gets completely erased out. Because that is the distortion. That is the reason he says Vijnanasa Nirodhena. Now that is ended. Yes.
But if we like Vipassi's style, there is no practice, no? How he would have practiced it?
There is a practice. So he started asking what is the nature of the death, nature of old age, nature of birth, nature of this, nature of that, and then he came to the Vijnana and Namarupa.
Okay, so he focused on Sunni continuously
Yes.
and impermanence in the self.
Yes.
And that way he dented the self.
Yes. So now, if we see the perception, Sachin, my perception is different, your perception is different, Aryu's perception is different, Ashutosh's perception is different, Shreyas' perception is different, Alankar's perception is different, and yet we try to say the same thing. And the Kalaha Vivada is happening due to perception. That's a whole, that entire 16 verses is about perception. So he says Priya Rupa or Priya, whatever is Priya, whatever a person feels is good or lovely. Priya Pahuta Kalaha Vivada Parideva Soka Sahamatsaraj. That means you will not give something which you love, and hence you become miser. A person becomes miser. And mana, ati mana also happens to the same reason. The vanity is there because I say, wow, you come to my home, I have so much filled with. So now what I need to do? I need to keep calling people to my home. And do what? Show them my possession. What possession? It's all Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Akasa. What possession will you show? And that is what? Asanya Sanni. First one. Okay. Then what happens? You can't be said you don't have any perception. If I'm seeing only Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, Akasa, can I say I don't have any perception? Nopi Asanni. Can I be said that? Or can I be said Vibhuti Sanni? Remove the Sanni itself. No. I have come into the Yatha Bhuta Jnana Dasana. I see anyone or anything. The Sanni is bringing me to the 5 dhatu. All the definition of experience is in this 5 dhatu only. Nobody can explain their experience other than this 5 dhatu. I'm relieved of this pain. And hence, I can recite Itan, Santan, Itan, Panitan. This is profound. Why? In my perception, nothing exists other than the 6 dhatus. 5 plus 1. That's all. Tappa Sankhara Samato. All the preparation. What preparation? All the preparation to possess the Rupa. All the preparation to possess the Vedana. All the preparation to possess the Sanya. All the preparation to possess the Sankhara itself. All the preparation to possess the Vinyana. That is Chakku Vinyana, Sota Vinyana, Ghana Vinyana, Kaya Vinyana, like that. Is not there. Become Samatha, tranquil. Sabbupadi Patini Saggo. Now this basic Uppadi is what? When I say it is asset, when I say it is my possession, what am I possessing? Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vinyana. What else will I possess? Of what? Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, Akasa. And on what? On the consciousness, which is a mirror. It just comes on that and goes away. If I remove it, it's gone. If I put it on that, it appears. Again goes away. Again I put it on that, it appears. Again it goes away. So there is nothing called as Nitya. And that's a dukkha now. Why? I bring the object and place it on that. It reflects. Should I take the object or the reflection? You can't take the object because there's no object. So what you can take is only the reflection. Whatever you call that as. I call that reflection as a wife. Okay, take the reflection. Can I take the reflection without the object? No, you can't. So now you have to have a conceptualization as Nama and the fictitious Rupa, which doesn't exist. It just exists as a nominal form only for the sake of it. That's a reflection. What do I do with that reflection? I don't know. You wanted that reflection, take it. How will I take it? And the person starts to think, oh, this is crazy. There is no real object. From the beginning, there was no real object. And his Sanni become what? Tanhakhayo. Oh, due to craving, I was just picking up this object. Now that I don't crave, no longer can I experience the object. Virago. Now the raga is not there. The coloring is gone. Nirodho doesn't arise. Nibbana. So that ends that sunny. And he says papancha is the sanya nidana hi papancha sankha. Because of this sanya perception, you can create a papancha and do the proliferation of that papancha. Without the sanni or sanya, which includes the experiencer and experienced, you cannot create a story.
So when you say papancha means the sunny is now involved and playing with the sanya.
Yes, yes. That's the reason he uses sanya. Papancha sanya nidana hi papancha sanya. Papancha sankha. Sanya nidana hi papancha sankha. Sanya is perception of both perceiver and the perceived. Nidana is the origin. Papancha
So
sankha.
you said sanya is both.
Sanya is always both. It's not one single. Sunny is a singular. Singular is the experiencer.
Okay, so sunny is part of the duplex. The
Sunny is a basic thing. Sanya is a combined thing where it takes a possession. It's already possessed with that experience.
yeah. So when we say sanya, it cannot be without sunny. That way.
So basically, this, if we understand at an experiential level, what happens? Experiential level is the Sanya level, where you remove that perception of Rupa on one side, Nama on the other side, and Vijnana, the magician, which creates this magical illusion of this and that. Experiencer and the experience. Now I am experiencing this. Am I not loving it? Or am I not loving it? Meaning, am I feeling sad? Yes. Why? Because it's not as per my experience. Whose experience? Eyes experience, ears experience, nose experience, tongue experience, body experience, thoughts experience. It's not as per that. Come on, how can you have that in the first place? And hence, in the Anatta Lakkana Sutta, he says, can you change the object the way you want? Can you direct? I need like this. No. And hence it is Anatta. So the perception is now changed from Atta to Anatta. If it is Anatta, you will see the Dukkha. If it is Atta, you will find it Sukha. Then you understand Anicca. And when you find Anicca, Sanya becomes Anicca Sanya. Perception, that is experiencer and an experience. At both the places, the Vijnana, which was playing this double game of giving that experience, will drop. Which Vijnana? The sixth Vijnana. When it drops, you're done. Now you have let go of Rupa. Rupam Anicca. Then Vedana Anicca. Sanya Anicca. Sankhara Anicca. Vijnana Anicca. Given up all. Forever. And because you have given it forever, the stress on the consciousness to do this double acting no longer exists. So from Dvaita, duality, it has become Advaita. It is non-dual. This magic is gone. The magician has been found. No longer you are in the sway of the Mara, which was doing this magic. The Vijnana now, at the time of death, does not get established anywhere. If it cannot get established anywhere, Mara cannot come and find it. Only when the light is found, Mara can take it and place it somewhere. If that light itself cannot be found, how can the Mara come and pick it up? This is what happens to Arahat. At Parinibbana. The sun is completely changed. Any questions? Are you today? You are totally silent. I don't know whether you're sleepy or you're genuinely silent, or I don't know.
I eat too much for dinner.
Okay. Fine. Hope with this I didn't make you more sleepy.
You did.
I did.
Yeah. I mean, I'm too sleepy. I cannot get into the deep topic. So
Okay, no worries. So maybe we'll end now because that's all I wanted to say about.
No, I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
So basically, Gautama's method is the de-addiction method, right? That
Yes. Yes.
like a cigarette addictor,
Yes.
if we somehow force him to not smoke the cigarette, then after some time he's able to understand it, grasp the concept, and after 3-4 years he will feel disgusting when
Yes.
looking at the cigarette.
Exactly. So you feel disgusted of the form, of the feeling, of the perception.
Yeah, but initially we have to put him on sila,
Ah,
force him.
yes.
On it, then he can see that I was smoking this.
Yes.
And I have seen many people saying so.
Yeah.
Quit smoking.
Yes. So once you are on the sealer, the madness goes away. The consciousness no longer get established.
I have another question.
Yeah, sure.
There is ayatana sanya also many places has been used, right? So for example, naiva sanya, na asanya, ayatana sanya.
Ayatana sanya is the sanya of the field.
Yeah.
So that also goes away.
So for example, when I am here, I am smelling. The ayatana is gone, right?
You're
What?
smelling in the indriya, but pickup is in the ayatana.
So okay, when I'm hearing sota ayatana, can I say like that?
So that ayatana, whatever we are talking about, Sachin, is where the experience is happening.
Okay. So the dwelling of the experiencer is ayatana.
Yes. So the ayatana, that is in that ayatana, that is a field of experience. It's like it's like the fields. There are 6 fields, meaning 6 grazing grounds.
Grazing ground.
And when a cow is in one grazing ground, grazing, that whatever it is grazing, let us say the grass is the food, which is the object. And when it eats, it knows it has eaten, so it picks up that experience. Yes or no? And that is what ayatana does. It picks up that experience and then keep on reflecting again and again and again. Just like the cow, after eating, it will stand in one place. It keeps on munching it.
Yeah. And now when he comes into Akasanja Ayatana, so there is no object, but Ayatana is there.
There is no gross object. There is no rupa. He started with the ayatana, which is arupa. So in that grazing field, the grass is virtual. Like what Ariu sent me that video, Vision Pro. Let's put it that way. It's all virtual. That's arupa. See, then in that software or in that Vision Pro glass or that what I'm putting, that equipment, there's not even a single rupa there. But I experience the rupa. Let's take it that way. Akashancha ayatana. Wherever it ends with ayatana, it means the same. Neva sanya na sanya ayatana. In that field, you neither are able to perceive, nor you can say you don't perceive. In the ayatana, please remember, again, it's ayatana. So, cha ayatana, the 6 fields of experience, on which the reflection falls. The reflector is the vijnana. The reflection is the object. So the subject-object experience is happening in the ayatana. So when I say I'm watching, nobody asks a question, what are you watching? I'm watching the rupa, I'm watching the vedana, I'm watching the sanya, I'm watching the sankhara, I'm watching the vijnana. Again I watch the rupa, again the vedana, again the sanya, again the sankhara, again the vijnana. These 5 aggregates are what is possessed in each of these ayatana. Shreyas is asking, are these 6 ayatanas the hadayavattu? No, they are not. Now you have another thing called as pasada rupa, shiny surface. That shiny surface is the hadayavattu, on which this is shining. So the object is shining on the hadayavattu. That is, the object is the mirror reflection, like a rear view mirror of a car, is happening in the hadayavattu, with the 6 sense bases. And the sense bases are connected to hadayavattu. When I say I'm experiencing as an experience, it's a combination of all the 5 into one, where the hadayavattu now takes that as an object. So it adds the sight plus sound plus taste plus touch plus smell equals thoughts, and creates a volley of experience for itself, its own self. And that's how the self get created.
Another thing I was yesterday I was thinking about Ethan Santan. It's like when we see the blue sky or blue ocean, we feel really peaceful. It is same as, because when we look at the sky, it is totally blue. There is no object to grasp in that. It is huge, and that's why we feel relieved of perceiving.
Yes. And that is how we need to meditate. Akashanchayatana is when the object goes away, the gross object goes away from that conscious experience.
Yes. It is that relief comes in that
Yes.
you are looking at the sky gazing.
Yes. So now what happens here is that the animitta has happened of the four dhatus in its place, in the place of these four dhatus. You now have this field filled with space. Then the next one is the vinyana. That is, you see the experience just arising and passing away. Now, what it means? You see the animation as is condition. Animation of what? Of the eye, of the ear, of the nose, of the tongue, of the body, all the five. And that makes you feel, wow. The closest example I can give you is a rear view mirror. You're observing the object coming, going, coming, going, coming, going. You don't have anything to do with it. So vinyananchayatana. So you see vinyana everywhere. Then akinchayatana, wherein in the Hadayavattu with these 6 petals or 5 petals, you see there is nothing there. There no, not even a single object is there. Like this screen. The camera is here, but the reflection is there. So can I pull that guy from there? No. So akinchayatana. There's nothing out there. Now the last one, neva sanya na sanya ayatana, is that I have caught this guy. It's unreal. What about this? Is it real? Or is it as unreal as this? Is the question. So neither I can be said as unconscious of it, nor I can be said conscious of it, because both the unconscious and conscious is a perception, a very subtle level of perception. So having learned this much, that this is unreal, it's a fake, does that not mean that all the people I'm seeing equivalently are fake? Yes. Isn't that a bigger relief? They are just doing a drama with their facial. Nothing to grasp. But yet I am having the sunny. Sunny means the experiencer is still there. But no experience is possible. So now I am relieved as an Anāgami. So I can go anywhere without having to worry. But yet, the senses are now getting established in Arupa jhanas and Rupa jhana. If I am not getting there, I am getting into Udacha. And then the person who is getting into jhana is there. And hence avidya. If these 5 were to go away, this very moment, Arahat. So what's missing in me then? The experiencer is there. Apart from the experience, yes. in a very subtle way, not in a gross way. No longer I get caught up by anyone, but I caught up by my sankharas, aninjabi sankhara. That's the problem. So, Sachin, if I were to go to VRI, let's say, for 10 days retreat, what I could do? I could directly get into Neva Sanyana Sanyayatana for the entire days.
And walk around, talk.
And walk around, talk, do whatever you want. I mean that. So there's nothing.
Oh, that answered my question I put in WhatsApp also, right? That another point is, in all this state, I am still aware of the breathe, body, sensation. So I
Yes.
continue doing that.
Yes.
So you are not only breathe body, you are saying that you are aware of people also.
Yes, you can be. That's what it's all about. It's not about going like a dead. You can do two kinds. You can do one kind is to make a nimitta that let me go off for next 7 days. Just like you lock your door and go away. That's also is possible. No, I don't have anything to do. So instead of sitting here and taking some inputs, output, let me, like the computer, I will shut down the computer. It doesn't mean that the computer is dead. Shut down. Not that electricity is not there. It is there. But the computer is yet shut down. Not gone into sleep mode. It is gone into shutdown. It is shut down. It will not come up for next 15 days. Let's say I will not open up my computer for next 15 days. It is sleeping. But the moment I power on, same way I do animitta. Nimitta of how many days afterwards I need to return back. Now, after that days, just like I go to the hospital and they give me an anesthesia. And the anesthesia, what it does, it takes the consciousness out of that part for 5 days, 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, let's say.
You mean to say literally going to the cave or locking yourself in the...
Yes. You can literally do that. As an Anāgami, you can do it. As an Arahat also, you can do it.
What benefit it will?
Nothing, just shut down. That's it. What is there to be benefited? There's nothing to be benefited or lost. See, now instead of interacting with the world like this, I can just go, get into the breath, then start cutting down. The breath will stop. The breath stop. First the vitakka vichara, that is vachi sankhara will end, and then the kaya sankhara will end, and because of that the mano sankhara will end. That is the vedana and the sanya will not be there. So that not being there, you are dead, but yet alive. I can say, Sachin, I am taking a 15-day vacation. Where are you going? Well, I am shutting down the system. Only the pure Vijnana, that is Ayu Usma Vijnana, Jivit Indriya, only exists with 6 senses. This is where in the Chula Shunyata Sutta he has given that.
Yeah, last sentence. I actually asked you.
Yes.
I actually asked you there. Does that mean I can be aware of breath? But you said...
Yes, it depends on what you set as a nimitta. It basically is up to you what you want to be, and that is
okay. So you take any nimitta and hold on to it.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I go to VRI and I hold on to the nimitta that 3-4 people I will be seeing. I will be only eating this much, going and coming to the hall. That's all I will do. Now that is the nimitta.
Yes, and that's all what you would be focusing upon, nothing else.
And nothing I will deviate from it.
Yes.
Because I have become animitta of rest of all.
Correct. So let's say you go for a 20-day retreat, Sachin, you can do this much and then you are in Neva Sanyana Sanyayatana, basically. You can't be said you have all perceptions of everything.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be said that you have no perception at all. It's the most peaceful state.
Yeah, that's what Ananda asked also, right? In this sutta.
Yes.
Can it be? And Buddha said yes.
Yes, it is. can be.
Tatrapi na sanni assa sanni chapana assati. That's what we talk now.
Correct. So you can be. So if we both go to VRI, let's say as a hypothetical statement, and you do a 20-day retreat and I do a 10-day retreat, and then in 10 days, I can be out of it. All 10 days. Nothing. No person interaction, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Neither the place gets registered. Let's say we go to Kanpur center or some center or in Gujarat or wherever we are going. There's nothing. That's a Sanni. Sanya is the experience of Gujarat or Kanpur or this or that. Let's remove that. Let's say you're done. You can be in 8 jhana forever. All the 10 days. Forget about what they are teaching. They might teach you to do like this, like that, or whatever it is. You just sit unmindful of what they are teaching. How does it really matter what they are teaching? You wanted to sit for 10 days, you sit. Now, why don't I do the 10 days here? Yeah, do it. Why I should go there? Don't go there. No, who says that I should not go there? Then you go there. There's no binding, right? That's all what it is.
Asutosh asked question.
Yes, Atush, sorry. Ashutosh, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I have asked you a question that I was reading Anguttara Nikaya, and there I have read that only a man can become Samma Sambuddha. So why is there so that only a man can become Samma Sambuddha? As the man and woman, both their body are made of 5 elements. So what's so special about the man?
He answered it sometime back, but anyway.
Samma Sambuddha. That becomes a very controversial topic, but yes, you need to understand for what it is. What is a woman? Itti Indriya. So that is one topic we have to take it later, but I'll just compress everything and tell you. In the Itti, there is a sutta called as Sanyojana Sutta. You should read that. In that, man always has an image of a woman. And a woman not only has an image of a man, but the woman has an image of possession. As long as the possession remains, she cannot become Samma Sambuddha because the necessary conditions will never come.
And Samma Sambuddha is a very far away thing. Arhant
Yes.
he can become.
Yes.
Samma Sambuddha is like once in a thousands universe, one Samyak Sambuddha comes.
No,
No,
the another
the same-
reason, is that she, when we say she, the Itti Indriya, to get a Itti Indriya, is that the person not only has this possession orientation,
Mhm.
but also has this mind to give life. Okay?
Same thing is said by Shankaracharya. If you read Vedanta,
Yes.
in Vedanta they have also said that the being born as a man is much more superior than being born as a woman.
Correct.
So there they also so that's why I was curious to know that
No,
why.
that's what I'm telling you. Because if you see any woman, do one thing. Ashutosh, I'll give you one assignment to you. Go and talk to maximum girls and women, and you see, observe them what they do. They either like their dress, they like their body, they like possessing the dress and the body and the house and this and that, like that. So they possess experiences. Samma Sambuddha is a one who knows the perils of possession. And he, the difference between him and the Arahat gets relief even with defilement. Whereas the Samma Sambuddha gets released without defilements. There's absolutely the Vijnana, the consciousness has no defilement. And hence, it's only possible if he is a man, not a woman.
But when it comes to practice, this is my observation. Women don't need to practice because by nature they are mindful.
Yes, they need to be mindful, but they are possession oriented. So that's the reason they can't do it.
But man has to sit and meditate
Yes.
because he don't have mindfulness.
Man can be seduced. Woman don't
Yeah.
have to be seduced.
Yeah.
The seduction is in the man, but the possession is not there in the man. It can be only seduced. See, very strange thing is that he gets married because he wants to enjoy that object. No man marries because he wants to have a family. The family is happens. It's not that he wanted a family.
But woman wants family.
Woman wants family because she wants possession. Yes, Alankar.
You say they are into possession, but even men are prone to
What possession?
possessing. It could be my work, things I've built or acquired.
No.
Or,
You are missing the point. That's the reason I'm telling you, Alankar, and also I was telling Ashutosh. You first study woman, and you see whether you both have the same kind of possession.
Yeah, and also we are discussing feminine nature and masculine nature. Doesn't mean man and woman.
Yeah, doesn't need to be man and woman. It's a nature. It's a itti indriya and purisa indriya.
A man can be feminine.
If the man becomes feminine, he will be possessing like a woman. And if a woman is masculine, he will start acting like a man.
In today's reality, this confusion is more.
so possession.
What is
So possession is more about the physicality of it, like the possession, things that are more physical in nature.
Alankar, I think you are totally gone somewhere else. To possess means what? See, like my wife possesses me means what? Or my sister possesses me, or my mother possesses me means what? They don't want to let go. A man doesn't have that kind of emotional possession. He has a physical possession.
Okay, so
Yes.
they are more emotionally entangled with whatever is around them.
Every feminine.
Yes.
Every feminine, is she more emotional or more physical?
Okay, yes, they are more on an emotional level, so the attachment is greater, and therefore it's more difficult to get out of it.
Yes. And how they can become Samma Sambuddha then?
But they can become Arhat.
They can become Arahat.
Okay. One more thing.
Yes.
Yesterday, Sachin, you mentioned something like you stay in your state of absorption for 5 minutes, then you have to do some cleanup thing. What are that?
I mean, I get distracted. Some thought occurs. Basically, my core or hardcore problem is I try to think about meditation. So when I meditate and when I get absorbed, now I try to describe. And then the moment I get described, I come out. So I have to rebuild it. So this is my sankhara, or this is my.
Okay, so that is what.
This is my defilement that I have to.
So that is what you meant by clean up.
Yeah. So when I come out of it.
So that is what cleanup was.
Then I have to recreate it, whatever I have learned. Let's say I'm in 62, then I will start saying, this is not me, not mine, this Prithvidahud, Ajatam Bahida, all that I bring into my awareness. When the moment I rebring, I become more and more lighter, and then I came back. And then I say, etan santan etan panitan. Compared to that disturbance, this is better.
Okay, so are we done? Tomorrow we can go back to Maharahulovada Sutta. We started with Sukuma. In that we ended in Jivitendriya. So we did the Pitta Bhava, Purisa Bhava, Jivitendriya like that. Okay, so are you good night to you and to your son and remaining guys, good day. See you tomorrow.